Thank you very much. Okay, the big day for the Conservative conference today. The Prime Minister speaking. He's been batting away naysayers who've criticised his government because of supply chain issues, petrol shortages, empty shelves, you name it, the fish problem now. He says the economy needs to readjust after Brexit. And in an implicit attack on previous governments, including Conservative ones, he told the audience that only he has the guts to do what's right. So this is Boris Johnson speaking just in the last hour or so.
And we are going to deal with the biggest underlying issues of our economy and society, the problems that no government has had the guts to tackle before. And I mean the long-term structural weaknesses in the UK economy. It's thanks to the vaccine rollout that we now have the most open economy and the fastest growth in the G7. We have unemployment. We have unemployment 2 million lower than forecast. We have demand surging. And I'm pleased to say that after years of stagnation, more than a decade, wages are going up faster than before the pandemic began. And that matters deeply because we are embarking now on a change of direction that has been long overdue in the UK economy. We're not going back to the same old broken model with low wages, low growth, low skills and low productivity, all of it enabled and assisted by uncontrolled immigration.
There we are. So Boris Johnson, a very stout defence of Brexit and all that's happened since. His argument is that for too long, Britain has suffered from being a low productivity, as he says, low wage economy. Is he right to say that? And in the long run, is he doing the right thing? Do email vine@bbc.co.uk with your thoughts. Please include your phone number so we can get back to you. It's the idea that what's happening in our economy is part of, as he says, the government or the country stretching its legs. Let's speak to Phoebe Arslanagić-Wakefield from Bright Blue, a think tank campaigning for liberal conservatism, who's at the Conservative conference. What do you think, Phoebe?
Well, I guess the first thing to say is that it was a really good speech, very enjoyable. I mean, I had to watch it for work, but I still really enjoyed it. Loads of great jokes, landed very well. Very much in line with what's been a really confident mood at, Tory conference this year. Boris is a very optimistic politician. People react well to that. But, there is a bit of a sense of disconnection. You consider what's going on outside conference. I mean, there are fuel shortages. There are food shortages. I mean, a friend of mine's heavily pregnant wife has been able to get petrol, to fill up her car and go anywhere. I mean, that's a serious situation, and there are serious political costs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether making jokes in the middle of that is something you want to be doing. I'm not saying you, I'm saying the Prime Minister. Whether cracking jokes in the middle of a crisis is a good idea.
Well, it's a good point, and the speech was an opportunity for Boris to add some substance to that slogan, Build Back Better. But there wasn't really any policy detail in that speech. I mean, Boris, somewhat notoriously, is not a details guy. And I think the only policy announcement we had was the levelling up salary premium for maths and science teachers. I mean, that was actually announced in 2019. I mean, we are 2 years into this government now, and the public understands that the pandemic has been the immediate priority. But goodwill is going to run out, and if any progress on levelling up is going to be made before the next general election, there's going to need to be some serious policy detail and some fresh stuff, and we didn't get that today.
I hear you. You mentioned, Phoebe, the life outside the conference. Let's talk to Lawrence Barton, who's a businessman who owns